Welcome to my channel Valuable Coins, All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. The year is 1965. And the United States is experiencing a period of great transformation. The civil rights movement is at its peak, with activists fighting for equality and justice. The Vietnam War is escalating, drawing America deeper into conflict. Meanwhile, pop culture is thriving. The Beatles are dominating the music charts. The first spacewalk by an American astronaut has taken place, and television is shaping public opinion like never before. Amidst all these changes, a quiet yet significant shift is happening in the world of coinage. The U.S. Mint is making history by removing silver from circulating quarters for the first time in over 170 years. The 1965 Washington quarter marks the beginning of a new era, an era of copper-nickel-clad coins. This transition, though subtle to the average person, would forever alter the landscape of American numismatics. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the coin features a striking portrait of Washington on the obverse. Above his head, the national motto, "In God We Trust," is inscribed. To his left, the word "Liberty" stands as a testament to the ideals he fought for. The year of mintage appears at the bottom, forever marking its place in history. The reverse of the coin showcases a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows, a symbol of military strength. Below the eagle, two olive branches represent peace, a balance between power and diplomacy. Encircling the design are the words "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum," emphasizing the nation's unity. The denomination quarter dollar is prominently displayed at the bottom. For over 3 decades, the Washington quarter was struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, making it not only a medium of exchange, but also a store of intrinsic value. However, by the early 1960s, silver prices were rising rapidly. The cost of producing coins was becoming unsustainable, and people began hoarding silver quarters, removing them from circulation. This created a national coin shortage, prompting the U.S. government to take drastic action. In 1965, the Coinage Act was passed, removing silver from dimes and quarters entirely. Instead of silver, the new coins were composed of a copper core sandwiched between 2 layers of nickel, creating the clad composition still in use today. The goal was to produce durable, lower-cost coins that could withstand heavy circulation without relying on precious metals. The transition was not without controversy. Many Americans were skeptical of the new coins, believing them to be of lesser quality. Collectors and silver enthusiasts mourned the loss of the classic composition. To prevent hoarding, the U.S. Mint also made a critical decision. No quarters, dimes, or half dollars from 1965 to 1967 would bear a mint mark, meaning collectors could not distinguish coins made in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. This further added to the intrigue of 1965 quarters. Despite the high mintage, over 1.8 billion 1965 quarters were produced. Certain rare varieties and high-grade examples have become highly valuable. The most famous of these are transitional errors. Some 1965 quarters were mistakenly struck on 90% silver planchets intended for 1964 coins. These rare errors, known as 1965 silver quarters, are worth a fortune today. Another valuable variety includes the double die obverse, where elements of Washington's profile or inscriptions appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These errors can fetch thousands of dollars, depending on their clarity and demand among collectors. Additionally, off-center strikes, die cracks, and misaligned dies add to the appeal of certain 1965 quarters. Coins in exceptional condition, graded MS-67 or higher, are also incredibly rare because most quarters from this era were heavily used in commerce. Finding an uncirculated 1965 quarter in pristine condition is a challenge, but those that exist can command astonishing prices at auction. One such example, a nearly flawless 1965 Washington quarter with a rare transitional error, stunned the numismatic world when it sold for an incredible $130,000. This extraordinary value underscores the importance of paying attention to details and recognizing the hidden gems in everyday pocket change. For collectors, the 1965 Washington quarter represents more than just a coin. It symbolizes a turning point in American monetary history. It marks the end of the silver era and the beginning of modern coinage, a shift that would influence generations to come. The fact that certain rare specimens have reached six-figure auction prices only adds to their mystique. So, the next time you come across a 1965 quarter, take a closer look. Examine its weight, its edge, and its details. You never know, you might just be holding a rare treasure worth $130,000. Top 2. The year is 1982. The United States is undergoing rapid change, with Ronald Reagan leading the nation through economic shifts, Cold War tensions, and a resurgence of American patriotism. Technology is advancing at an unprecedented pace. Compact discs, CDs, are introduced to revolutionize the music industry, and the first personal computers are finding their way into homes. Movies like E.T. the Extraterrestrial are breaking box office records, while Michael Jackson's Thriller is redefining the music world. Amidst all these developments, something significant is happening in the world of coinage. The U.S. Mint is making an important decision that will affect collectors and numismatists for decades to come. For the first time since 1964, the U.S. Mint decides not to produce proof sets for collectors, and business strike coins take center stage. The 1982 Washington quarter emerges as one of the most talked about coins of its era, not only due to production changes but also because certain rare varieties have stunned the coin collecting world with values reaching up to $89,000. The Washington quarter had already been in circulation for half a century by 1982. First introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the coin was designed by John Flanagan. The obverse features a bold right-facing portrait of Washington, with Liberty inscribed above his head and In God We Trust to the left. The year of mintage sits at the bottom, forever recording its place in history. The reverse remains just as iconic, a heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows, a symbol of America's military readiness. Below the eagle, olive branches represent peace, a nod to the nation's diplomatic efforts. The words United States of America curve along the top, while E pluribus unum and quarter dollar complete the design. By 1982, the quarter was well into its clad composition era, having transitioned from 90% silver to copper-nickel clad in 1965. Rising silver prices in the early 1960s had forced the government to eliminate silver from circulating quarters. While this change had already been in place for nearly 2 decades, 1982 presented a new shift in U.S. mint policy. This was the first year since 1964 that no official mint sets were produced for collectors. This decision had lasting consequences. Without the annual mint sets, finding high-quality, uncirculated 1982 quarters became significantly more difficult. Most of the coins entered circulation immediately, enduring the wear and tear of everyday transactions. This means that pristine examples are rare, and those that exist command high prices. Over 500 million 1982 quarters were minted across the Philadelphia and Denver facilities. However, due to the absence of official collector sets, finding a quarter in mint state, MS67 or higher, is incredibly rare. This is one of the reasons why an exceptionally well-preserved 1982 quarter can fetch thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars at auction point. One of the most exciting discoveries in numismatics is the 1982 No-P quarter. Traditionally, quarters minted in Philadelphia bore no mint mark until 1980, when the P mint mark was introduced. However, a small number of 1,982 quarters were accidentally struck without the P mint mark, making them an extremely valuable error variety. These rare coins, when found in excellent condition, can sell for thousands of dollars. Another valuable variety includes the doubled die obverse, where Washington's profile or inscriptions appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These errors are highly sought after by collectors and can significantly increase a coin's value. Additionally, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die cracks add to the appeal of certain 1982 quarters. Coins with these minting errors, combined with their scarcity and high grades, have reached impressive values at auction point. One such example, a nearly flawless 1982 Washington quarter with an exceptional grade, shocked the numismatic community when it sold for an astounding $89,000. This proves that even modern clad quarters, often overlooked by casual collectors, can be worth a fortune under the right circumstances. For collectors, the 1982 Washington quarter is more than just a piece of change. It is a symbol of scarcity, transition, and hidden value. The absence of mint sets, coupled with rare errors and high-grade examples, makes it one of the most intriguing quarters of the 1980s.So. The next time you find a 1982 quarter in your pocket, take a moment to inspect it. Look for a missing mint mark, an off-center strike, or pristine condition. You never know. You might just be holding a hidden treasure worth $89,000. Top 3. The year is 1986, a time of remarkable transformation in the United States. The nation is witnessing major events that will define an era. The Challenger space shuttle tragedy shakes the world, the Iran-Contra affair unfolds, and President Ronald Reagan delivers his iconic challenge to Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Meanwhile, pop culture is thriving, Top Gun is dominating theaters, and the Nintendo Entertainment System is revolutionizing home gaming. Amidst all this, the U.S. Mint continues its production of the Washington Quarter, a coin that has been in circulation for over half a century. But 1986 is no ordinary year for the quarter. While millions of these coins were struck, certain rare varieties, errors, and high-grade specimens have made collectors take notice, with some selling for as much as $78,000 since its introduction in 1932. The Washington Quarter has remained an enduring symbol of American coinage. Designed by John Flanagan, its obverse features a bold portrait of the nation's first president, George Washington. Above his head, Liberty is inscribed, a reminder of the values upon which the country was built. To the left, In God We Trust, reinforces America's faith-driven principles, while the year of mintage, 1986, is displayed at the bottom, forever marking its place in history. The reverse of the coin remains iconic. A powerful heraldic eagle with its wings spread wide, clutching a bundle of arrows as a symbol of strength and defense. Below the eagle, olive branches represent the nation's pursuit of peace. The words United States of America arch above, while E pluribus unum and quarter dollar complete the timeless design. By 1986, the Washington Quarter had long since transitioned to its copper-nickel-clad composition, having left behind its 90% silver origins in 1965. While earlier silver quarters had become prized collectibles, clad quarters were often overlooked. However, certain rare errors and exceptionally well-preserved examples from 1986 have stunned the numismatic world with their soaring auction prices. Over 550 million quarters were minted in 1986, with production split between the Philadelphia P and Denver D mints. San Francisco also produced proof versions for collectors. While this high mintage means that most 1986 quarters are common, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is far more difficult than it seems. One of the most famous error varieties of the 1986 quarter is the off-center strike. These coins were struck improperly, resulting in part of the design missing or shifted to one side. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin. Some off-center 1986 quarters have sold for thousands of dollars, depending on the percentage of the off-center strike and the coin's condition. Another sought-after error is the double-die variety, where elements of Washington's portrait or the inscriptions appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. These errors are rare and can command premium prices among collectors. Additionally, coins struck on experimental or transitional planchets, such as those mistakenly minted on the wrong metal, are incredibly valuable. Some collectors speculate that a few 1986 quarters may have been struck on silver planchets or other materials, making them worth a small fortune if discovered. Coins with die cracks, missing clad layers, and other striking anomalies also add to the appeal of certain 1986 quarters. These unusual features make them stand out from the millions of standard issues, and serious collectors are always on the lookout for these hidden gems. But what truly makes the 1986 quarter remarkable is the extreme rarity of finding one in exceptional condition. Most quarters from this era were heavily circulated, making high-grade examples, those graded MS-67 or higher, exceptionally rare. In fact, quarters in such pristine condition are so scarce that when one surfaces, it can command staggering prices at auction point. One such coin, a nearly flawless 1986 Washington quarter with an exceptional grade, left collectors in awe when it sold for an astonishing $78,000. This serves as a powerful reminder that even modern clad quarters, often dismissed as common pocket change, can be worth a fortune under the right circumstances. For collectors, the 1986 Washington quarter is more than just another coin. It represents hidden potential, the thrill of discovery, and the possibility of striking numismatic gold in the most unexpected places. The absence of obvious rarity makes it even more intriguing because its true value is revealed only through careful examination, expert grading, and patience.so. The next time you come across a 1986 quarter, take a closer look. Check for errors, inspect its condition, and consider its rarity. You never know. You might just be holding a hidden treasure worth $78,000. Top 4. The year is 1995. The world is changing rapidly as the 20th century nears its end. The internet is beginning to revolutionize communication, with people sending their first emails and companies launching their earliest websites. The economy is booming, and pop culture is dominated by blockbuster movies like Toy Story and Braveheart, while music lovers are tuning into everything from Nirvana's grunge anthems to the smooth sounds of R&B legends. Meanwhile, in the world of coinage, the U.S. Mint continues to produce one of the most recognizable coins in American history, the Washington Quarter, since its introduction in 1932. The Washington Quarter has remained a staple in American currency. Originally struck in 90% silver to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the coin's composition changed in 1965 when the U.S. Mint removed silver from dimes and quarters, replacing it with a copper-nickel clad structure. This shift ensured the coin remained cost-effective and durable for everyday transactions. Despite these changes, the design of the Washington Quarter remained largely the same for decades, featuring the iconic image of George Washington on the obverse and the majestic eagle on the reverse. The 1995 Washington Quarter was minted in 3 primary locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark, for proof coins. More than 1.8 billion quarters were struck that year, making it a common coin in circulation. However, certain rare varieties and high-grade specimens make this quarter incredibly valuable in the eyes of collectors. One of the most sought-after varieties is the 1995 double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin's design is accidentally impressed onto the die more than once, creating a noticeable doubling effect. On the 1995 quarter, this doubling is most often seen in the word Liberty and Washington's profile. Collectors eagerly seek out these rare error coins, with some fetching thousands of dollars depending on their condition. Another fascinating variety is the 1995 off-center strike. These errors occur when the blank planchet is not properly aligned with the dies during striking, causing part of the design to be missing. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some of these misstruck quarters have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In addition to error coins, collectors prize high-grade examples of the 1995 Washington Quarter. Most quarters from this era were heavily circulated, leading to scratches, dings, and wear over time. However, uncirculated specimens that have been well-preserved in pristine condition, graded MS67 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or Numismatic Guarantee Company (NGC), can command impressive prices at auction. One such example, a 1995 Washington Quarter in near-flawless MS68 condition, made headlines when it sold for an astounding $65,000. The coin's sharp details, brilliant luster, and lack of imperfections made it a true gem for collectors. This remarkable sale proves that even modern quarters can hold tremendous value under the right circumstances. For those hoping to find a valuable 1995 quarter, careful examination is key. Look for errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Check for signs of wear. Coins in mint state with strong details and little damage are the most desirable. And don't forget to check proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, as deep cameo finishes can enhance their value significantly. The 1995 Washington Quarter is more than just a piece of pocket change. It's a symbol of America's enduring history and an exciting treasure for numismatists. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, taking a closer look at your change could lead to an extraordinary discovery. So, the next time you come across a 1995 quarter, take a moment to examine it. Could it be a rare double die? An off-center strike? or perhaps a pristine mint-state specimen worth tens of thousands of dollars. The thrill of the hunt is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Who knows? You might just be holding a hidden fortune in the palm of your hand.